Let me go to share screen.
Welcome to the Mortgage Wise radio show and video podcast, where we educate and provide expert advice on personal finance, mortgages, and real estate investing.
Show me the money.
As a result of what we do, our team has helped hundreds of first-time buyers, experienced buyers, and real estate investors achieve their goals of homeownership.
I wonder if there's a connection there.
Here are your executive producers and mortgage advisors, Randy and Veronica Chambliss.
What up, everybody? Listen, we are super excited, guys. So I'm Randy Chambliss. I'm the executive director of Louisiana Housing Authority, and I'm also a corporate branch manager with Geneva Financial. And I have to my right.
I am Veronica Chambliss. I am the director of housing with Louisiana Housing Authority and a corporate branch manager with Geneva Financial. So look, guys, we just gonna dive on in today, guys. We're interviewing top real estate producer Melissa Burns McClendon. She's a realtor, associate broker, and co-owner of NOLA Homes Realty Group. Melissa has sold over 37 million since breaking into real estate in the industry over 6 years ago. She has been named by the City Business as a 2020 Woman of the Year, as well as honored for excellence in real estate. She was featured in the City Business Book of List as a top producer, and she is a 2020-2021 Louisiana State President-elect and 2019 local president of the Women's Council of Realtors. So guys, in this interview, Melissa will reveal her secret strategies.
The strangest secret.
It has allowed her business to grow expeditiously over the years. Not making this one adjustment to your business, guys, could determine if it grows or retracts in 2021. So if you're a real estate agent, a realtor, or a broker, and you would like to grow your brand and build your business, then you are in the right place, right, Melissa?
That's right. That's right. Thank y'all so much. And I always, I admire everything that y'all do, not just in real estate, because I think y'all are doing amazing things in real estate, but also just an example of family. You know, family, y'all stick together, y'all work together, and you're very positive. So that's good to see. That is good to see.
We admire you as well.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. And, guys, if you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're streaming at, make sure you like this, share it, leave a comment, because other people are going to need to hear this information. So listen, guys, we're going to dive onto it. Melissa, first, if you don't mind, if you could share your background with us a little bit, your story just a little bit, because, in the past, you shared your story with us, and it's just an amazing story. So we would like you just to start off and just tell your story briefly, and then we'll just move on from there.
Okay. So I got into real estate the end of 2014. I was actually working in oil and gas, had a corporate job, and I was a single mom. Had been divorced for a little while, and I just really wanted a new start. So my new start, I planned on selling my house. And I actually met with a real estate agent, and we tried to sell it, but we realized that I just didn't have enough room to sell it as far as equity. So my whole reason for going to school was to try and sell it myself. I said, if I go, I learn all the laws, I learn how to do it. I could sell it myself, and then I could save myself the commission. So that was my whole reasoning for going to school. And then after I got my license, one of my sister right above me, she was trying to buy a house. So she said, well, you're a real estate agent, you can help me. So that's how my first sale was my sister. And then I said, wow, this is a great way to get some extra income. Being a single mom, this can help pay tuition. So that was why I got into it. Not as a living, but really just a little extra side income. But what I found is I just really did a good job of really, serviced the people I knew very well. And so word of mouth started happening, and my business grew. I was working full time and had sold $4 million worth of real estate. So that's when I realized, wait a minute, I can't do both. I can't juggle both. So I set up a plan to do it full time. It was scary because I was by myself. And, you know, real estate is up and down, you guys know. So it was a very, very scary thing. But towards the end of 2016, I decided to take a leap and do it full time. And the rest has been history.
Yes.
Have had a lot of success with it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a daughter, she's at Howard, right? Howard University?
Yeah. My oldest daughter is actually at Howard University, but she's also a licensed realtor as well.
Oh, awesome.
And that's something I'm teaching them to. And it's something I did not know. You know, I bought a house when I was young, but didn't really know the importance of it. What I wish that I knew then is ownership and maybe doing a multifamily. So that's what I'm trying to teach them now, and to use real estate to your advantage.
Yeah. And another key thing that you said, when you got into real estate, what really helped your business grow was to service the people, right?
Right. Good point.
Right.
Service the people, not for the income. I mean, it was good income, but it's to service the people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has been the reason I've been successful. It's not because I'm this awesome marketer. You know, it's not that. This has been in the works for years. You know, the business, the success, what you see now has been years in the making, but it came from being a servant. Because I used to look at it as this is my ministry. You know, I would take people that I knew couldn't afford to buy a house or they never thought they could, and help them buy a house and walk them through the process, help them get their credit together. And it really brought me a lot of joy, because you're changing lives. You're not just selling a house, you're changing people's lives.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, you know, it goes back to like the good book. One of my favorite books talked about the Israelites that was coming out of Egypt. And the promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was the promised land. Yes, we all know and aware about, you know, heaven and, you know, those things. But that language in those scriptures say the promised land, the land of milk and honey. And at that time, you know, they own and control the land, the resources that it provided, the land, the cattle, the fruits, the vegetables, organic food, alkaline water. And so that land was an inheritance to their children's children. And so it's very, very vital that we acquire land, acquire property, because that land oftentimes goes up in value. Like right now, we're in the seller market, like, you know, you guys know, and the inventory is low. And so you have investors that maybe had purchased properties 10 years ago, and they may be sitting on a gold mine right now because the inventory is so low. So it might be a good opportunity for them to put the house on the market, sell it, pay off some debt, get totally out of debt, just because they made a simple investment, you know, 10 years ago or so.
Absolutely.
That's right. Absolutely. I think that's, and you know, I remember one of my first sales was a young lady that she was on Section 8 at the time. And little people don't really know this, but you can actually buy a home with your Section 8 voucher. And I helped this lady buy a home, and it was one of my best sales ever because she never thought she could. Section 8 was able to still pay a portion of her mortgage. And she was able to be proud of something to show her son that I'm a homeowner. Now, you have no idea what, I know y'all know, but people have no idea what that does for people to be able to say, I own my home.
That's right. I mean, we helped a senior, there's a couple, you know, they 81 and one is 79. And we was able to help them transition into another home. They lost their home during Hurricane Katrina. Never thought in a million years they'll be buying another home. And so, you know, they have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, about 1,200 square feet, safe area in the New Orleans area. And they house note with principal, interest, and even escrows was $787 a month, right?
Yeah.
Like, where are you going to go?
Right. That's locking in, you know, your housing rate. Because, I mean, think about it. You have, as a landlord, when expenses rises on you, you have to pass that on to your tenants. So that makes what? The rate for rent to what? Increase. So if you want to lock in home ownership, you want to lock in your housing rate, you want to buy a home.
Yes.
That is the best way right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
And then the thing is the fact that home ownership, you know, is just vital, because at the end of the day, we need shelter, water, bread, and clothing for survival. And shelter is a big part of that. And when you're able to serve as many people, I look at, okay, if you want to earn X amount of dollars a month, like we did a show a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, how to earn $20,000 a month. month after month persistence in real estate. And, we had a lot of different golden nuggets that came out of there, but the biggest piece was that service to many, like you mentioned earlier. You're a servant leader. And so when you're a servant leader, that means that I want to help as many people as possible. I want to create and capture more market shares. I don't have to be just in New Orleans. I could be in Northern Louisiana. I could be in Texas or wherever it be. But the more people that we serve and help, the more people that be able to become homeowners.
I think that's what life is all about, is serving others. And I think when you don't help others, you don't help others be better, you tend to be a little unhappy. So that, that's where your happiness comes from. And when you were talking about, renting, look, we've all been renters. I've been a renter. And sometimes your position, you don't have a choice at the time, but you can get out of that situation. And I know I sell a lot of investment property, and I see people, they don't have control over what happens, and, they have to let people in. They don't have a control if the rent goes up on them. And the thing with home ownership is you can sort of control your own destiny. You can control, like you said, the mortgage amount, and you can control, you don't have to have people coming in and out your house. So it really is something, if you can't do it now, work on getting it done later in the future.
Absolutely. And listen, that just, transitions us to our next piece, is that, that strategy that you've used. You was open to a conversation. You was open to sharing your strategies, and we appreciate you for that. But what is that secret strategy, or just that strategy that you've used, over the last 12 months to 24 months that really took your business to a next level, to another level?
So one word: collaboration. I like to collaborate. If you follow anything I do, I've collaborated with other mortgage lenders. I collaborate with other realtors, people in the industry. I will connect with them. I will do seminars. I will do Facebook Lives, because I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything, and I learn so much from other people. And what sets you apart from other realtors is being an expert in your field. So if I'm gathering all this expert advice from other people, I just keep going higher and higher and being a better realtor. So that's something that I've done a lot. One of my best things I've done is I collaborated with a mortgage lender. I collaborate with you guys all the time. And it has been very, very good to me. But even I have a friend that's a realtor that she specializes in property management. So we put together a program where, I have a lot of investors. So we're gonna come together as a team, because you can evaluate the property as far as rental income, and then I can evaluate it as far as condition, what price you should submit it for. And we have come together as a team, and we call ourselves a dynamic duo, because you can't lose. You got two experts sitting there. And so we've been able to provide a service. And I learned so much from her, as far as in property management and rental side. And so I would have to say that's my key to success. So many people compete. And I don't think you need to compete, because everybody has their own lane. Everybody, you have your own lane, your own expertise, your own style. You're gonna attract certain clients. You don't have to fight for the same clients, because not everybody relates to everybody.
That's right.
So collaborating and learn from others, I think, is the key.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a big word, collaboration, because at the end of the day, you need that team. By the time, that person is thinking about or made that first choice, hey, I want to purchase a home. One of the first things that they're going to need is personal development and finances. Like, okay, do you have your finances in order? If not, okay, here's this person that can help you with your credit, to help you take care of budget. The next is having that lender, having that person get pre-approved. So now they can be confident and absolutely, clear and have clarity that they can actually go and shop for a home. And so that's team members that you're collaborating with. And then we have, home inspectors. We have insurance agents that have to provide insurance quotes over to our clients and customers. So you have all these people, appraisers, right? You have all these different people that's involved in the home buying process. And if you're not open to collaborating, then you're going to be, really in a limited income capacity. So that's huge with collaboration.
And Melissa, I'm like you. I like to collaborate as well, because at the end of the day, for me, you don't know what you don't know. So when you collaborate with other people, you may learn something from them. They may learn something from you. I mean, I never pretend like I know it all. And I'm the first to let somebody know if they ask me something, hey, listen, I don't know the answer to that, but let me find out.
Right.
To me, if you're resourceful, then that makes you an extra expert. Being resourceful. That's
right.
it.
That's
Not
right.
to know it all.
Right.
Resourceful.
That's right. That's right. Because I mean, sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot when you pretend to know it all.
Yeah.
And plenty of times I've called Randy on three-way with my clients and said, I don't know about this, but can you help us out? And so I consider myself a one-stop shop, because if you come to me, I got a mortgage lender that's going to walk you, depending on your circumstances. If you're an investor, Randy might be the person I send you to. If insurance, I have you covered. You don't have to figure out anything, because I'm a one-stop shop with my team that I collaborate with.
That's right.
That's right. I heard Tony Robbins make his point. He was like, listen, it's not so much as the lack of resources. You don't have a lack of resources. You have a lack of resourcefulness. And so once you get over that, and like you just mentioned, is the fact that you just got to be resourceful. That's always a solution. You just have to take the time and go and figure it out. And so, you know, collaboration is huge. And I appreciate you for sharing that. Like, at what point did you realize that was necessary collaboration?
So I think I've always done it and didn't realize what I was doing, but I think I would say I saw my business increase so much in 2020. And I think a big part of it was collaborating with other people. So I would say that this last year to year and a half, I really realized, wow, this is powerful. And I realized that other people, not that some people aren't doing it, but it's not, the majority aren't doing it.
Right.
So I realized this is different. So yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't do it. A lot of realtors, I'm speaking of real estate agents, even brokers, because sometimes fear set in. They're afraid. They may not be totally confident in that particular area. But one of the things I learned from one of my mentors, like, fear is, the acronym is false evidence appearing real, or false expectations appearing real. So we have to combat that with faith. The acronym for faith is, fear ain't in this house, right?
I like that.
Now we can go out and be, you know, not boastful, just be, you know, extremely confident. Confident that we're going to make it happen. And so I think fear is what sets a lot of people up. But we could get over fear by just the education piece. You know, once we educate ourselves in that particular area, we'll feel confident we can move forward. Yeah. So that leads
faith is powerful. Faith cancels out fear, because I have fear with different things too, and you got to stand on that faith and knowing that nothing can be taken away from you, because whatever's for you is for you. And that's what I tell myself that all the time, because I'm a human too. You know, we struggle with certain things, but you have to stand on that faith. And the more and more you stand on it, the stronger you get with it. So,
right. Absolutely. So
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. You're good. This is a great communication. This is all about, we're just having a conversation, you know. And then before I even jumped into it, just a thought came to mind when you was talking. You know, I remember the first time I stood up to public speak, right? It was about maybe 100 people in the room.
Veronica laughing. Yeah.
His body stood up, but his mind sat down.
I was so amped up. I had a gentleman, and all I was doing was just introducing the gentleman, right? Like, I wasn't even the main.
I started praying. I was like, Lord, give him strength, Lord.
So you're talking about fear. I remember one of our managers in a mortgage company who was working for in the past, and she had to speak in front of a big group of realtors, like 1,000 of them. She was like, I'd rather lose an organ
than speak in front of a crowd.
Oh, Lord.
It was hilarious. And I was like, okay, I know what you mean, because the first time I stood out again, I was introducing the gentleman. So I received his bio. So I was reading his bio. So I'm practicing a short bio.
He was all in the shower. You know, this man.
Then she walked in with the children. Good. You in the shower practicing? I'm like, y'all get out of here. So anyway, I'm in the shower practicing. My thing is, if I do it long enough, I can get it. And so when the lights, cameras came on, and them 100 people were staring right at you, like Veronica said, my body stood up on my mind, said I forgot everything.
I was like, dang. This boy
So-
from another country. No.
Sweat all up in here, right? So,
Oh man.
but what they did, that made me determined to say, you know what? I'm gonna study speaking. I'm gonna learn how to speak in public. I'm gonna get over this doggone fear because I can't serve as many if I'm afraid to speak in public, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So we had to overcome it. The whole point of that conversation.
Yeah.
And
So
it just takes time and just doing it constantly. And then it's just like it just flows after that.
Second nature.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
That's something.
So that's leading to, let's go to some Q&As, all right?
Okay.
First question, Melissa. If you can go back in time and coach the rookie, Melissa, your first year in the business, right? What's one thing you would share with her that can help her to build her business faster?
I would say give the clientele that you have. Everybody around you is your clients. The first thing whenever we interview agents, they're always like, well, how do I get business? Do you give leads? And what I would say is your business is all around you. Everybody you're connected to is your business. And if you do right by those people, if you give them 100%, if you just always are nice, if you're always giving, the business will come to you. You don't have to search or go out looking for it. It always comes to you. So that's what I would say. Because when I started getting into it and I wanted to do well, I was like, I was on it. I was marketing. I was doing all the stuff trying to get it. And what I realized is that it comes to you by being a person that you are. So that's what I would give. I would tell people, just look for it around you because it's going to come to you with the person you are.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you for sharing. The second question, why homeownership is important?
Well, we touched on it a little bit. I think that for one thing, it builds a sense of pride. And sometimes, if you go into neighborhoods where, you don't have many homeowners, you'll see a little difference, right? Because they don't have that sense of pride. It's not there. So, but when it's yours, you go in a neighborhood, people clean up their yard, they're taking, they're meticulous with cutting their grass. They have so much pride because it's theirs. It's something they can call their own. So I would say that's the number one thing, just having a sense of pride, having something that you can build wealth with, because you can do a lot of things with your house. Eventually you're going to pay it all.
Yes.
So that's something that you can pass on to your children, your children's children. It goes up in equity. So you may be able to sell it one day and make a profit on it or use that equity for something else. So it's a way to get wealth. So that's primarily what I would say. And then another thing is you can control it. You can control your mortgage. Your mortgage payment doesn't go up over time. So it's not like rent where they can go up $50 every year on you or $100. People can't just do whatever they want because it's your home. So it gives you a sense of control.
Absolutely. And that just brings me to a quick story as you were speaking. It was a young man you referred to us. I want to say he probably in his late 20s. He purchased a duplex about a year ago in a Gentilly area. And he lived on one side, still living on one side. He rented the other side out. Fast forward to today, he wants to start to invest in real estate. So he thought about it, said, okay, the interest rates are super, super low. Should I benefit from refinancing? So we took a look at the situation. You sent the CMA over, who was looking at the as-is value, and it literally jumped a tremendous amount from when he purchased it about a year or so ago to it is today. So from a refinance standpoint, we are able to take him currently, Roy, he's at about $1,220 a month in his mortgage, principal, interest, and escrows. And we're taking him from that $1,200 plus month payment to $860 a month payment. And he's pulling out $25,000 worth of equity out of that property.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
A no-brainer, right?
No brainer.
So now we like to call it that monopoly money, that go money, that get out of jail money, right?
And that's how we got started. Same way. We took what we had and we made it happen.
That's right.
Can't do that if you're renting something.
No.
can't.
And not to knock it, because I respect people that are,
definitely.
but it's just it's sometimes the knowledge of it.
Yeah,
That's right.
The importance of home ownership. It can lead. It's the road to success.
Absolutely.
The road to where you want to be.
So now he able to take that $25,000. It lowers. He's gonna have a lower mortgage payment every month. Now he could go invest in real estate, another piece of property, another duplex maybe, or a fourplex, and now you could create even more cash flow and keep that portfolio going. And he's young, a millennial. I mean, young. So that's just exciting.
Mhm.
So the next question is, what advice would you give a buyer who may be interested in buying a home in this market right now?
So I would say, number one, take advantage of it, but you need, I think, a good realtor, or even if you connect with a good lender that can connect all the dots for you, and guide you through the process. Because I mean, when I bought my first house, I didn't have a realtor. I did it on my own, and I still own the house. And to this day, I say I paid way too much for that house.
Right.
So I think kind of getting with somebody, an expert that can guide you through, because even if that means getting your credit together, they can help you through that process. But if you don't, I would say, kind of look at your financial circumstances. If you got some credit challenges, first just pull your credit report. Just look at it. See what's going on with it. There may be some things that might even be mistakes on it. So the first thing is to look at it.
Yep.
Look at it.
See where you stand. Maybe start paying your bills on time, getting rid of some collections, and then, kind of getting your finances in order. But the thing is, if you get with a realtor or a lender, they can tell you what you're eligible for, because you may not need all that money.
That's right.
And just to add a little nugget from the mortgage side, as a lender, I always tell people it's okay, pull your credit, see where you are, but don't go paying off no collections.
Yes.
Get some
Say it
advice.
again.
Get some advice.
Say it again. Don't pay off.
Because why? When you pay
Get with
off,
an expert. Yeah.
yes,
Right.
when you pay off that collection, guess what? It updates as brand new. And as a mortgage lender, yes, it updates as a new activity. And that can make your credit score go like this.
Yep.
I just learned something new.
Yes, ma'am. See, collaboration.
Yeah.
Yes. See what I'm talking about?
So, yeah, and
Right.
guess what? Not all the time the underwriter require you to pay it off. And if they do, we have ways around that so it does not affect your credit score.
Yep.
Okay. So seek expert advice,
Yep.
like Melissa just said.
That's right.
I would say get you a realtor and get you a lender and let them guide you.
That's
That's
right.
right. You know me with my stories. I got another story as I was thinking about. We just helped another elderly lady. She's probably in her late 70s, right? And she had 25 different accounts open, like literally. And each account she paid maybe $35 for this account a month. This account maybe $75, but it added up so much that her debt to income ratio was too high. She couldn't qualify. And so what we done, Veronica, we like to brainstorm and say, okay, what can we do to help this person? Because everybody's situation is unique. So we try to customize that financial strategy for them. So we realized, okay, if she pay off 17 of these things, 17 of the 25 accounts that she had actually open, then she can actually qualify. But instead of her coming out of our pocket to do so, we was able to allow that to happen up front. We was able to allow that to happen at the closing table.
Right.
So we was able to take all those statements from all 17, put them in that file. It was a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Oh, it was a lot of work. It was a lot
A
of
bit
work.
of patience coming
Yeah.
as a borrower as
Right.
well. You have to be patient.
Certainly.
Everybody, it's not a cookie cutter system. Everybody's situation is different. You may get to the
Right.
closing table in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Somebody else, it might be 5 weeks.
Right.
Just
Get you a
depends on
lender with some patience.
that. Yeah, girl.
exactly. And so it took her a while, obviously, because she's an older lady. So it took her a while to get all these statements, right? But once we stacked the file up, at the end of the day, we was able to pay off everything at that close, and she was able to get a home. But it just goes back to, hey, just having that expert advice. Right.
Mhm.
So that leads us to our next segment, guys. And I'm super excited about this segment. It's our quote of the week, right? Our
But
quote
before
of the
we do
week.
that, how can they contact Melissa?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
There you go.
I'm easy to contact. My website is NOLAhome.com. On Instagram, I'm Melissa_McClendon. On Facebook, I'm Melissa McClendon -Realtor. And I even give out my cell phone number. It's 504-417-5131. And I would love to help anybody that reaches out.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, ma'am.
And if y'all forget that, just Google.
Right.
Google.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And make sure you like and share this video, and then you can watch it in a later time. But that moves us to our next segment. That is our quote of the week. So today's quote of the week is going to be, think from the place that you want to be, right? Think from the place that you want to be. So if you have made a choice and you decided and you've chosen that you want to be a homeowner in 2021, I need you to write that vision down. I need you to make it clear. I need you to make a printout, 20 printouts, right? I should walk in your house and see your goal everywhere in your home, on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, on your computer desk, in your car, on your front door. You should be able to walk around, or I should be able to walk around your house and say, oh, I know what him or her want. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a homeowner in 2021. And so once you have that choice, you made that decision, you decided you want to be a homeowner. Now I need you to think from the place that you want to be. Think from you already in your home. Think from that you're already sitting in that living room. You know the exact colors that you want in the house, what type of TV, what size TV you want in the house. And what happens, guys, when you're going through that process, that home loan process, those home inspection process, it's going to be a little difficult. We're going to tell you direct. But when you understand this is my goal, this is what I want, that it's not going to be difficult because you are thinking from the place you want. It's already done. You already won, right? So that's the quote of the week we want to share with you. Any last minute things that you want to say, Veronica, before we jump off?
I said everything.
Any last minute things, Melissa, that you want to share?
Thank you. I just want to say thank y'all. I had to write that down. Think from the place you want to be. Thank y'all for always sharing knowledge and just being a really positive force in our community. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys, we're going to give you our contact information too. We here to serve. We have a free consultation that we give, a no fee guarantee. We don't charge you for application. We don't charge you for a consultation fee. We don't charge you for a credit report. You pay us nothing until you actually get those keys in your hand, right? And so my direct number is 504-270-2783. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Mr. Randy Chambliss. And my website, if you want to learn a little bit more about our mortgage brokers that we have, is randyknowsmortgages.com.
And my contact information is 504-715-4388. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Veronica Chambliss. And my website is vknowsmortgages.com.
Awesome. Listen, guys, make sure you go to the Mortgage Wise Radio Show Facebook page, like it, and so you can be following, because we're going to be having more valuable nuggets coming in the future. God bless. Have a phenomenal night on purpose. Take care.
Take care.
See you later, Melissa.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.